Hi everybody, I'm going to just show you quickly how to prepare for your COMP126 Excel Microsoft Prep test. So the first thing we do is we log into GMetrix as you have been doing, and we take a test and we go to our course code that was provided by your professor. We click on Application Excel, and then there's training and there's testing. In the training, you're going to see Core Project 1, 2, and 3 training. It is a good idea to at least do Core Project 1 training. If you have time, it's a good idea to do all three. These core projects prepare you for the Microsoft certification exam. So they're called the prep tests. Once you've done the training for Core Project 1, you will probably want to go into the testing for Core Project 1 and give yourself a test. The testing is timed at 50 minutes, which is the same as the Microsoft exam, so you can give that a try to see how you're doing. There's 3 versions of the test for the core project. I would try all 3 if I were you, but certainly do the first one in the training and the testing to help prepare you for the Microsoft certification exam, which is worth 25% of your course grade, and this is the way that you want to practice. I'm going to pick the Core Project 1 testing and say next. You can see the setup, 50 minutes. If you, on these tests, of course, you want to get at least 50%, but during the Microsoft exam, if you get over 50% and you get over 70%, Microsoft will certify you. You'll be able to have a certificate to add to your resume that you are Microsoft certified in Excel, and that certification is called Microsoft Office Specialist. So when I get into the GMetrix, this type of testing is called project-based testing, and the Microsoft exam is also project-based testing. That's different from what we've been doing up till now in the GMetrix. What we've been doing up till now is called task-based testing, and you've been doing each step and clicking next, next, next in the questions. But now what's going to happen is GMetrix is going to provide you with a project and give you tasks to do in one workbook. So you will be provided an Excel workbook, and you'll have to make many changes to that workbook. Before you begin the actual training and testing, read the instructions here in GMetrix, because these are helpful to tell you how to use the screen in GMetrix and what everything means. Then when your test begins, you will have instructions at the bottom of the screen, and you will have Excel in the top of the screen. The bottom of the screen has a button that allows you to move the instructions to the left-hand side of your screen, called the pane, right? So the instruction pane can be moved to the left, it can be placed at the right, or it can be placed at the bottom of the screen by just clicking on the little button there. As well, you have the zoom tool within Excel, so if the screen is small, you can zoom it bigger, you can zoom it smaller. You may not want to mess with it too much during a test because it might be difficult to set it back. The instructions are at the bottom, so I like to leave them at the bottom, but certainly you can move them to either side. When you scroll down in the instructions, you check each box as you do each task. So rename the worksheet, you'll do that. If you want to open the instructions, you can click the maximize button, read the instructions. You can see all of the instructions for the whole test. You can see all of the instructions at the side, and there's a resource tab so you can see what the answers are, a sample of what the answers are supposed to look like from what you're creating from the steps here to do this project. So you will scroll down through the steps, and you can just check the boxes as you do each one. You don't have to check the boxes, but it's a good idea to check the little boxes as you complete a task, so that later when you're checking to make sure you've completed everything, you'll know that you have. Don't use the reset button unless it's early on and you need to reset the whole test, because you do not get any extra time if you reset the test. And at the very end, you finish the test and it submits for grading. You can use the Excel Save button up in the upper left corner to save your work as you go. But you don't click the save down here because it just saves the test. You want to finish the test by the 50-minute marker and get it submitted to the teacher. So I hope that helps. Thank you.